How's it going, everybody? This is Craig Bush Rocks. Welcome to my channel. Oh yeah, today I'm going to talk about PlayStation 2 racing games in my collection. Man, I can't believe how many racing games came out on that console. I could say one thing. There's a reason why that console is one of the biggest selling consoles of all time, of all the games that came out with it. And racing, my goodness, there's a ton of them. And I don't have all the racing games that came out on PS2. I should do like a full collection of racing games that came out, to go find them all and do a video on every one of them. But man, I got a whole bunch. I got a stack big, and we're gonna go through all my racing games on the PlayStation 2. I might talk about a few of them that I played and stuff like that. Some of them I probably didn't play. I just picked them up randomly here and there, like yard sales or cheap. That's a good thing about racing games. Most of them are going to be cheap either way. You know, they're not horror games where they're probably expensive as, you know, being on PS2, but racing. So let's check out all my racing games on the PS2. So keep in mind, some of these are kind of very unique. We'll do the unique ones last. We're just going to go straight up into NASCAR games first, because you can't go talk about racing unless you talk about NASCAR too, because I got a little stack of NASCAR games here. Hopefully I got them all stacked up right in the right order. This one here I bought new when it first came out, then I traded it in when my mass trade and all that stuff, and I rebought it again, probably dirt cheap, probably for like a couple bucks. And that's NASCAR Heat 2002. I remember when this game first came out, and me and some buddies and all that, we're all into NASCAR and stuff like that, and so we always try to pick up the newest NASCAR games. And I used to go to the races all the time, and so I collected all the NASCAR games. And I remember NASCAR Heat. I played it, and of course I kept all my memory cards. And there's probably a game save on here of unlocking a lot of stuff in this game here, but everything you want in exciting NASCAR racing and more. Yeah, race the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series, 25 drivers, 19 real NASCAR Winston Cup tracks. So pretty cool. Got that one. Then we got NASCAR '06, probably one I pay 50 cents for. You know, feel like NASCAR. These games here are cheap, very, very, very cheap. So you can't go wrong with some old NASCAR games, considering if it has the old rules and stuff like that in place. I don't remember when they changed the rules, but okay. Then we go to NASCAR Thunder 2004. Pretty cool. And they still make NASCAR games today. I don't think they make as much as they did on the PS2 here. Just a little stack I got right here is quite a few games, considering we got NASCAR Thunder 2003. Pretty sweet. And these are all pretty much complete too, which I like. And the NASCAR 2001, you can see I'm missing a couple of them off the PlayStation 3. But yeah, for my NASCAR games, this is what I have. Once I go through all my games, you're gonna realize that just what I have, there's a lot of racing games. You can't go wrong if you're into racing, and just all the different ones you can get. All right, let's go with some Need for Speed games that I have here. I don't know if I got all the Need for Speed games on the PS2 here, so I might say PS3 and X and maybe a couple of times. Who knows? But PlayStation 2. And one of my favorite games of all time was this game right here, you know, for racing, and that's besides Burnout Paradise, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. I believe this is my original copy. I don't think I bought this new because it's in a different case. But yeah, it was one of those games that I would never get rid of, and I think this is my original copy. If it's not, then I made a fatal mistake and traded it in, and then I had to rebuy it. Who knows? But yeah, pretty sweet game. We played the crap out of this one. Just me and my buddy Mark and a few of our other friends. We put a lot of time in this game. We got Need for Speed Carbon. I'm going to go through the Need for Speed games pretty quick because everybody knows about Need for Speed. Let's go with the Need for Speed Underground. Quick note on this one. They need to bring these games back up. You know, redo them or something. And here's Need for Speed Underground 2. Same thing, both 1 and 2. Bring them back. They're awesome games. Need for Speed Pro Street, which on my PS3 I got the greatest hits version. I still got to get the black label version, you know, but I forgot I had it on PS2 Pro Street. And then we got Need for Speed Undercover. Cool, sweet. So far we got a little stack of racing games out of the way. A couple of Burnout games here I have. I got Burnout 3 Takedown Greatest Hits. I paid $5 for this one. Is it complete? Well, it's got the game. Pretty cool. And we got Burnout Revenge. Looks like I got this for $3. Burnout Revenge. So pretty sweet. That's why I'm saying, you know, if you're into racing and you got a PS2, trying to find games to play, there's a ton of them out there. Just look around. So yeah, $3 for that one. Alright, let's go with just the 2 Gran Turismo games I got on PlayStation 2. I might have another one over there, I don't know, but we got Gran Turismo A-Spec, 3. So can't go wrong with a little bit of Gran Turismo. Check that out. If you're into that arcade, if you're into that simulation games, yeah, pretty cool. I love this. I love these games. And then we got Gran Turismo 4. Awesome. Plain old white case there, but still a huge game. Lots of cars and stuff like that. Those are my Gran Turismo games. Let's go with some straight up racing type games from different variations and stuff like that. And we got Ford Bold Move Street Racing. So if you're into Ford, you want to check out some Ford cars in a racing game, there you go. Not sure if this is any good. You can let me know if it's a dumpster fire, but even then, who cares, man? It's a, if you're into Fords, that's cool. You can see they got Mustangs in there, Shelby Cobra, GTS, Shelby GT 500. Sweet. One of my recent pickups was this one, 4x4 Evil. Yeah, pretty dirt cheap. Nice and complete. I don't remember where I got this at. I just got it recently too, but pretty cool. I had this one originally and I traded in. I got it again, it looks like. So yeah, this was always cool. A good old 4x4 racing game. I did play a lot of this back in the day. One that I never played, I just picked it up because it was $1.99 by the looks of it. And that's Colin McRae Rally 3 by Codemasters. Sweet. Should jump on this one and try it out. Nice and complete. Here's one I forgot I had because I've always been into drag racing and stuff like that. Now I'm going to have to try this one out. I got my PS2 still hooked up to my my analog television there, but RHRA Drag Racing Sportsman Edition. Made by Bethesda. Bethesda did this one. Might have some glitches in it. But cool. That's nice. Official IHRA bracket racing rules set for the Sportsman Series featuring top sportsman and top dragster car classics. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to have to definitely play this one. That's pretty cool. One game series I played a lot of originally on the PlayStation, but this is a Tokyo Extreme Racing 3. This one looks like I had the case made because the game right here was just loose when I got a bunch of games for free. Someone donates games and I get games. And so I had a cover made, for like a couple of bucks. And yeah, I played this one. I checked it all out and it plays good. So I completed it by having a cover made for this game. So pretty sweet. I've always liked that one, Tokyo Extreme Racing. But here's another one that I played a lot of back when it first came out. And that was Test Drive. I had to re-pick it up, of course, again. But like same thing, I picked it up for just a couple of bucks. It's awesome. And, if you ever know what Test Drive is, it looks sweet. Saying, you are Dennis Black, an independent street racer. You just been asked to prove yourself. So, yeah, one of those kind of games. Feels like a Need for Speed. Test Drive. But yeah, can you survive huge jumps, insane wrecks, thick city traffic? There's one I probably own a couple of copies of, and I picked it up again. It seems like every time I picked up this copy, the the first copy I had of this game, the disc was all scratched up, the case was all garbage, and I traded that in. I guess I got rid of it or something. Probably used it for the trade-in. But picked it up again. This one was in nice shape, and it's Auto Modellista. But pretty cool. To be honest with you, I think I got this in a video games monthly box, if I remember correctly, because this, oh no, family video. But man, the case is in good shape. I mean, this is in really good shape. But yeah, I like that. That's nice. But yeah, I played this back in the day when it came out, first came out. But here's another one. I paid only 99 cents for it. You know, just random pickup over at Disc Traders, and that's Racy Italiano. Just to kind of throw something in my collection whenever I'm looking for a game, I can't find nothing. I just go pick up a couple of cheap games, and I'll get a stack of cheap whatever. It could be Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation. Obviously, I picked this one up, but pretty cool. I don't think I've ever played this one, so definitely have to try it out, see if it's any good. But pretty awesome. All right, let's go with some different kind of sports games. Your skateboardings and stuff. I guess I'm guessing like no, I don't got no skateboarding games in this one. You know, that's the one thing I didn't look for was Tony Hawk's, but that's not really racing. But let's go with some more different games. I got ATV Off-Road 3. I've had a lot of fun with these games. I should have the other ones, but I only found 3. But still, it's still a sweet game. I might looking down there though. Usually when I don't have a complete game, I got a stack of games underneath where my movies are at. Just a stack of games that are just not complete. When I find cases for them, then I complete them. That might be where the other 2 are at. But here's ATV Off-Road 3. One thing I like about the ATV Off-Road, when you go to the end of the map, I think this is the game, and it launches you right at the end. It launches you like all the way into the middle of the map, which is pretty funny. But this was kind of like a Need for Speed game, I think. This is V-Rally 3, if I remember correctly. Well, no, because they did have a V-Rally. I don't think this was the one. Let me see. V-Rally. Well, it's amazing, but I think it was part of the series originally. But it looks like this was made by Atari, but this was just a third version of V-Rally. But pretty cool. I don't think I played this one, but I paid 99 cents for it. You get the theme when I'm going right here. You know, these are cheap racing games. Some of them are pretty cool. Some are sweet. There's one of my favorite hidden gems right here. I must have bought this one 2 or 3 different times. But, you know, this one I bought from Blockbuster Video. My buddy Mark, I think, still probably has his copy. I'm kind of wondering if my buddy Matt still has his copy, but we've always had a lot of fun with this game going downhill. And it's a downhill domination, you know, with your little dirt bikes going down the hill. This game was like a hidden gem. But, yeah, but check that out. I'm not sure if this was my original copy from back in the day, because Blockbuster's been around for a long time. So I know I didn't buy this game new. But I don't think I traded my copy in that I had. I think I kept it because of the memories that we had with this game. Here's one game, speaking of my buddy Mark. He introduced me to this game series. I never really played it till he played a lot of it, and I played his version. I can't remember which one he had. I don't think it was this one right here, but this is Splashdown. But I know he had a Splashdown game, and he got me into playing Splashdown. It was a pretty sweet game. I liked it. It might have been the PS2 version. I don't know. But pretty cool games. I like it. Good old water sports and stuff like that. Awesome racing. I've been playing Splashdown at different versions, you know, over the years. It's just one of them. And one game that I bought several copies of. This one I know I bought new when it first came out, and I did that trade-in and I had to rebuy it. But this game you can find all over the place, probably $1. You know, they might even give it away because they can't sell it, but it's still a sweet game. And that's a snowboarding game going, you know, racing, and it's SSX. Just the first SSX. It's an awesome game. This is looks like is it the greatest hits version? No. You know, I thought that was the greatest hits version disc in there. It ain't, but pretty cool. When that first came out, I got a game save on my memory card. One of these days, I'm gonna hook up my PlayStation 2 to deal there, so I can play PlayStation 2 games online and show people all the games that I got. This will probably be one of them. It's a fun game. Now let's go with the kids games, and the last game I'm going to show you could be almost like a racing game. There's racing in it, but I'll show that last. But some good old kids games. Let's go with the first one. Space Race. Speed is not your only weapon. Kind of like a Mario Kart clone almost, but with Looney Tunes in it. Pretty sweet. I can't tell you how much I paid for it because I tried peeling the sticker off from it. But awesome. Probably didn't pay much for it because I don't pay very much for PS2 games when I go out and buy them. But pretty cool. I don't think I played this one, but it looks fun. Let's see, see Bugs Bunny there on a carrot. That's funny. But one that people probably heard about, and that's Pac-Man World Rally. Another one of those games I didn't pay much for. I paid $3 for this game. It's Pac-Man. Can't go wrong with a little bit of Pac-Man. It might be a dumpster fire game, I don't know, but it could be really dumb fun. Try it sometime. And then we got Ants Extreme Racing. Paid $3 for this one. So we got an Ants based on the movie Ants Extreme Racing. So yeah, pretty cool. Alright, now the last game I'm going to show, I just pulled it out because it's got racing in it and looks pretty cool. I pulled this out because I got to clean the case on it because there's all kinds of crap all over the case. But kind of reason why I was talking about racing games, because I thought about it because I pulled this out. I was like, I got to clean this, but not thinking, racing games, let's pull out all the racing games on PS2. Holy crap, I had a lot of them. But it's the Italian Job. Pretty sweet. It's got racing in it, and I've never played this one. It just says race through LA driving 11 different vehicles from Mini Coopers to muscle cars. It's like awesome. Tear through subway stations, rip apart golf courses, and plow through storm drains with cops and hot on your tail. I'm definitely gonna have to try this out. It might be a dumpster fire, it might be terrible, but it's still gonna be fun. Yeah, I'll try it. But yeah, those are my racing games on the PlayStation 2. I didn't realize I had that many games for PS2 for racing. I think that's the biggest part of my collection is racing. Holy cow. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like, give me a thumbs down. Comment down below on what's your favorite racing game on the PlayStation 2. I mean, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 on the PlayStation 2 is probably my favorite one out of the whole bunch. And then probably Downhill Domination, probably the second one, for mine personally. But you can let me know in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and I'll check y'all in the next video. Bye, and fun times indeed.